Diaz Gunners Collective. Back at it, you already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. I'm in the studio. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like another one. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Guard! Another one. Bye-ya. Bye-ya. Bye. Orale, as you can tell by that thumbnail. Leche. Orale, leche. You got on my radar. I've always liked Milk 7-4, right? Now, I don't know the Vatos whole get down, but in a menudo style in a direct fashion, I know one of his get downs. I'm going to have to put it out there. I didn't want to. I've been sitting on it for a minute since I've been up in it, right? But I definitely felt that it's the time and the place to not check this guy, because you can't check another grown man. I don't honestly believe in checking another grown man. But I definitely believe in, holding him accountable, for his actions, because maybe it was a misinterpreted, or maybe I read it wrong. I said, maybe I just can't read. Guard! Can I read? I don't know. I sure can read the 115s when I got them. Now, trip out, Spence on la tira, but, something was brought to my attention concerning Milk 7-4, and it has to do with the Raza, our people, the brown people, all people. And I just didn't like it. I didn't like the wording. I didn't like the direction. I didn't like the way it was going, I said. And Spence on la tira, like I said, I need to put it out there. So anyways, trip out. I've always liked Milk 7-4, man. Love this channel. Love his channel. The way he doesn't take nothing from anyone. He gives his opinion, his perspective on certain things. And I understand, man, in the beginning of his channel, when he first started, a lot of people were looking at him some certain type of way. They see a young white dude from Hoover's, right? And automatically people assume, oh, he can't be from Hoover's. I'm scared that's the Hoover girls, that's it, right? Can't be from Hoover's, because we all know out there in South Central LA, man, it's different. How to survive a South Central, right? Even the woods are like, brother, that's a wood, brother. He can't put two sticks together and that's fire, brother, right? It just ain't gonna happen. But it does. I've been around on yardas in prison around a lot of good white dudes, man, that have walked yards proclaiming Crip, blood, north, south, or whatever the case may be. Just because you're a different ethnicity than what the gang usually is, doesn't mean you can't be from there. If you grew up in the hood, if you grew up in the barrio, then you're accepted. I got homeboys from a neighborhood, white and black, that are accepted, no questions asked. Once they become norteños, or they become whatever it is the case may be, they cease to be that ethnicity. No one even looks at them or cares about that anymore. If we can use it to get into skippers on the late night, hey, you're a white guy, so maybe if you go in front, because you're a ray of sunshine in all this darkness, maybe that'll work, right? But at the end of the day, man, no one cares about no Texas barbecue. It is what it is. I've seen white guys come from black gangs and black guys come from white gangs, or have I? One never knows, does one? But, I'm sure it's possible. But anyways, trip out. In the case of Milk, when he first started his channel, a lot of people were pointing fingers in his direction. And he calls himself, or proclaims himself, to be the Gilligan Slayer. A Gilligan being a person, man, that really ain't about that. A wannabe, a suckerfish, poop butt. This is his wording for it. And that kind of took fire, man. People started rocking with that. And, I'm sure it's not something he made up, but it's something that he brought to his channel on the forefront. I've always liked Milk. I thought he kept it classy in some aspects, and I thought he held his ground in some. I know that he was going at it with Adam from No Jumper for a minute, and he definitely had Adam on his toes. That was one guy that I seen that Adam, for some reason or another, man, just could not stand him, just didn't like him. I don't know if Adam seen through him, if he seen through Adam, whatever the case may be. I wasn't there. I wasn't the cucaracha under the foot to know to get squashed, right? But I definitely have been watching everything going on from the outside looking in. Now, Spence on la tira. A while back, man, I was having a live, and this young cat from Utah jumps on my live, man. Baby Thugga, right? He jumps on my live and he starts getting at me, and he's like, hey, Gun, hey, trip out, man. I'm a big Milk fan, and, Milk done did me dirty, done burnt me for $15. And I remember at that time thinking to myself, oh, come on, bro, is this a joke? $15? You can't even get a pack of frajos for $15 nowadays, right? What is the gist of this conversation? Like, what are we supposed to get out of this? If the Vato got you for $15, I understand this, the whole concept behind it, that he got you, he worked you out of 15. But I mean, come on, I'm thinking to myself, legend, $15. But then I look at it from a gangster's aspect, like, man, $15 is $15, homie. If you got, you got, right? You got to handle your business, get off where you're mad at. But of course, I took to liking this cat, Young Thugga, man. He was a down kid. He's down about, he's always showed me respect, and I've always reciprocated that right back because he deserves that. And he started to show me receipts. Now, in the game, in the world that we live in, it's all about receipts, you know? It's all about paperwork, papeles. It's always been about paper. God, I said, puto, it's about paperwork, right? It's always been about paperwork. If you can show someone that what you're saying is real, well, then they'll believe you. If you're just talking, blowing hot air, well, sabes que, they're probably not going to believe you. That's a fact, right? But like I said, when it came to Milk, I always respected his gangster. I always respected his channel. I did a video in the past talking about, man, I got no problems with this guy. I ain't got no problems with you, brother, right? I just did it. That's a nice comb you got there. Bonafide, right? I just never had no problems with the vato. See, some of the same things that people would trip on him about being a white boy from a black gang, doesn't affect me. You know, some of the things people, say, oh, he can't be from Hoover's. Why can't he be? You know, if they put him on the hood, if they put him in the hood, then that's what he's from, and that's what he is. He's never switched up. That's one thing I could say is he never, proclaimed one gang. He claimed 7-4, and that's what he's always rocked. And that's pretty much the get down with him. You know, there's been a lot of people actually from that hood and actually from them calles that actually said that he lived there and was really about that business, or what maybe wasn't about that business, but he definitely was in the mix from time to time, allegedly, right? And I respected that. Not because he was a criminal or a gangster or any of that. I respect him as a man because, hey, he never mentioned my name in a bad light, so why would I mention his, right? It's not to get down. That's not what men do. You know, men will call you and be like, hey, what's up, puto? Right? Straight up. But trip out. So I got to talking to this kid, Young Thug, and obviously it seemed like he had something against Milk. And then he started to send me the screenshots of the actual conversation that they had on Instagram. And I verified it, I checked it, I looked at it, and yeah, it was him and Milk having a conversation. And, pretty much Milk was, alluding to the fact that if you need your feria back, I got you. They went back and forth, and it started to become a little bit of an argumentative. It started to become a little bit of a clown session back and forth. And when I say clown session, I don't mean like they're acting like payasos. I mean, they were like clowning each other, like, man, forget you, not you. No, I said you. No, I said you. I'm white too, homie. No, I don't care, right? And it just went back and forth, and even the Woods were like, brother, no, I really need a shot of coffee. You know what I mean? It was just different, but trip out. So about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, the homie gets at me, man. All that passed. I didn't do a video on it. The kid jumped on my live, expressed his opinion. I gave him the platform to do that. He respectfully did that. He jumps on and he tells me, hey, gun. Hey, I didn't even want to say nothing, but you know how that vato, Milk be saying, man, he got love for Mexicans. It's all good, man. It's all good in the hood. He grew up around essays and all that, man. He ain't got no love for the Mexicans. I said, why? But to what degree of no love for the Mexicans? Why? That piqued my interest. That turned my head. I said, for that one, I had to say, well, what's happening, right? And this is what was happening. I guess, he again confronted Milk, Leche, about his feria, his little fidelino dollars. But that's that man's money. No one could judge a man by wanting his bread. I don't care if it's 2 cents, homeboy. You need that, you're going to get that. It's principles in this thing, right? The principalities of it. Anyways, he needed his issue. So again, he approached him on Instagram, and it's righteously Milk's Instagram, man. He asked Milk, hey, I was a big fan of yours, man. You told me you were going to promote my music. I sent you money to promote it. You burnt me. I just need mine's back, or an explanation, or whatever the case may be, the conversation, the way it went. I got screenshots. Oh, I got receipts for everything I'm talking about, right? Oh, I do. Anyway, so in the midst of this excuse me, I got the burpees. Ain't nothing like SOS in the morning. So in the midst of this conversation, the kid's a young rapper, an aspiring rapper. He's trying to come up. He's trying to make a name for himself. Milk decides that for no other reason to say, hey, you ain't nothing but a punk-ass paisa rapper. Oh, suck-ass paisa. This is the way I take it. First of all, I love my paisas, right? I know where I'm from. I took that as a derogatory statement and a statement towards all Mexicans and brown people. Now, I don't like to cause issues and run with them and try to put something on someone's plate that isn't really there. But he didn't need to say that. First of all, the homeboy Young Thug looked like a white guy to me, right? I know he's of brown descent and, power to the people. But at the end of the day, why he would go that route to call him a punk paisa rapper and you ain't nothing but a paisa. So what you saying, Humps? So what are you saying, Leche? That paisas can't rap? You know what I mean? Vivo de tres animales. Right there. Boom. Got you. Right? What is what is the big thing here? You know, I've always respected a man for keeping it, real, for basing everything on his opinion, for his perspective of it, for keeping it cool. You got to understand, growing up in the South Central area, as he said he did, I expected more from him. I expected him, he's grown up around essays. Now, he might not have got along with them at all points in times, but I know a lot of the Hoovers are cool with the essays, right? Like they like to call them, the Sureños, the Southsiders, the Mexicanos, the Paisas. There's paisas in that area, man. Ain't bothering no one. They're trying to get their little, sell a little flor. You know what I mean? They're trying to get a little flower off one time for their mind. A little orange, get their paper. To disrespect this kid in this way, you can disrespect the grown man if you want. It's up to you. It's you don't hold no, you don't have to hold on no one's wall lives. You do whatever you want. You suffer the repercussions for your action. Everything you said it will be filled up with unleaded, right? So that's not the case here. That's not what I'm tripping on him about. I mean, I'm not even really tripping on him. I'm just disappointed more than anything. Something I needed to bring to the forefront because this cat has a lot of support from a lot of gente, a lot of people. Now, I'm not saying, oh man, ban his channel, jump off the channel, don't mess with milk. I'm not saying nothing like that. I'm just saying a man's true character is defined by what he says. What he speaketh through the boca, the heart thinketh, right? And I'm telling you right now, I read it, I got the screenshots, it's him. He called the homeboy a punk paisa rapper. You ain't nothing but a paisa. So what is that supposed to mean, Milk? Does that mean because he's a paisa rapper or he's a paisa that you have a problem with that he's beneath you? Does that mean that you're better than him? Does that mean that he ain't gonna get it because he's a brown descent, Holmes? Because I'm gonna tell you what it means to me. It means someone that thinks they're better than. And you ain't even close, that's it. First of all, a paisa don't got an identity crisis. They know where they come from, why they come from there, and how they're gonna get back. See, we can take it that route. We can go with I got disrespect for every bump on your face. I said we can go whatever route you want to go. The paisas are out there working hard, doing what they have to do for their familias, and they're to be respected as such. Every essay you see in South Central, every norteño you see in Northern California, every brown brother is derived from the paisas, the Mexican nationals, the Mexicano brothers, right? The establishment, the foundation, where we come from, Holmes. So I take it as disrespect, personally. What he was trying to accomplish or what he thought he was saying by ridiculing this kid, I don't care how the kid's feelings felt. You know what I mean? He's a cool dude. I chop it up with him. Like I said, I respect the hell out of him. He's just a good kid, right? That's man to man, or so they say, right? I don't know what you guys got going on, to what type of pronoun is going on there. But one thing I do, to him, her, the her, him, I don't know. But one thing I do know for sure is that when you started to put paisas in your boca, in your mouth, you took it to a whole different level. You took it out of the realm that it needed to be. You don't disrespect the homeboy talking about, oh, you're just a paisa rapper. You ain't nothing but a paisa. What does that mean? What are you going to do, Milk, to a paisa? What could you do? There ain't much you can do, man. That's called division. There's a lot of Mexicanos that I'm sure support your channel. There's a lot of Mexicanos that want to sit back and watch you smoke their little bleezy and tell a little leezy, right? And tell your little stories and talk about how this guy slapped this guy and this guy shouldn't have did this to this guy and this guy did that to that guy, right? And at the end of the day, you're getting compensated for that. Like I know. We're YouTubers. We know what it is, right? I know about the way the bread, fill the breaded up with unleaded up. That's neither here nor there. But what is here is the fact that you chose out of your own boca to disrespect the Mexicanos. The disrespect was there. I read it, Holmes. I got it. I got it. I was disappointed. I was like, what? And I sat on it for a while, to contemplate if I was going to put it out there. And then I felt that if for no other reason I should. One, for content purposes. Oh, hell no, right? Cello. And two, because I felt it was time to get at you like that. See, I try to reach out to you in the background, man, and for some reason, the communication just wasn't there. I don't know if you feel because I'm brown, I'm beneath you as well, but I'm definitely not, Holmes. If anything, I'm the big bad wolf that you don't want huffing and puffing and blowing your whole pad down. Believe that, right? Now, it's not going to go to violence or get there, and I don't want it to get there, people. I merely wanted to put out You know, I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, let me see the receipts. Let me see the receipts. You know, get at me on IG. I got you. But one thing is for sure is when you said that, bro, you're acting like my people, the people I'm derived from, you know, the brown people are less than or beneath you, homie. And you got your game mixed up, brother. Think you got your fools mixed up. See, if anyone is confused, if anyone doesn't know where they come from, or if anyone clearly doesn't know what they're derived of, it's going to be you. You know, the Mexicano, the Paisas, I'm tired of people ridiculing them. I'm tired of people oppressing them, persecuting them. Why? Because they're not, but this is Mexico. I said that you're in. I'm just saying. It might not be labeled that, and things might have happened and it's switched up, but in the beginning is the end. This is it. We're right here. It's in the foundation. So before you start to disrespect people by calling them fake Paisa rappers and you're a Paisa, get your history right, Holmes. Know exactly who someone is and why. And don't disrespect them. If you think it's disrespect by calling them a Paisa, like you're acting like see, you're one of those guys, and I understand this, bro. This trip a little bit, but not too much, right? One of those guys that go to prison and they're like, oh, the Paisas are over there. We're not even tripping off. You better. You better, Holmes. You know, where you think it all comes from. You ever watched the internet set? You seen chainsaws on that land, right? I'm telling you, you better leave them cats alone, man. They're good hunting. Now, there's going to be toe-up people from everywhere. There's going to be poop butts from everywhere. I get that, and I respect that. But what you did was a poop butt tactic. You know, I respected you. A lot of people respect you. A lot of people tune in, you know, for the entertainment value of your channel. You know, oh, Milk, he's a cool cat, man. That cat, at least he's, you know, at least he keeps it real. And a lot of the stuff he says, man, he don't sugarcoat nothing, no added preservatives. I like that. Kind of reminds me of the big dog, right? Or bang, bang, right? But at the end of the day, when I see this, these receipts, and I see this, and you're like, oh, you're just a Paisa rapper. You ain't nothing. You do. Come on, bro. Why do you have to take it there? Why do I have to get racial? Why do I have to get weird all of a sudden? You know, you could have said, hey, bro, you're a broke dick rapper. You can't rap, that's it. You know what I mean? You want me to promote you? I'm sometimes Spencer. I just got to tell you, Holmes, it ain't going to work out for you. You know what I mean? Period. But instead, you had to take it a different route. I no longer, you lost respect for me, man. I'm not telling you, I'm not here to clown you or poison your channel or turn people against you. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying you, and I know you'll see this video, man. This is what it is, Milk. No call outs, no fights. No, none of that, bro. You're not ready. Stop. Right? But what I will say is this. Definitely, man, you know, stop talking about my peoples. Period. That's what you need to do. That's what you're going to do. You know, and if you want to make a video or react to this, I give you permission. Go ahead, react. Do what you got to do, Holmes. But I got the receipts, bro. And it's very unfortunate I had to go that route. Anyways, gente, I don't mean to mess up your morning. Hey, go out there and get your groove on, your Hoover groove on, man. Shout out to the Hoovers, real ones. I done did time with real ones, like Chinaman, like Snoop, like Whoop-de-Whoop-de-Doo-Doop-de-Doo, right? So many different ones. Even the Woods did time with them, brother. And you know what it is. You know about Woods, Milk. Ain't you Wood? With that being said, I'll touch you move smooth with a purpose. Get every single thing that you want coming to my Mexicano paisanos, to my brothers, man. Don't trip. I got this. I said, we're brown. You know what I mean? I got you. Move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming to you. If not, hey, that's on you, man. I can't make you get up out of bed, roll your mattress up, and go to work. You got to work and not twerk it. Let her do that. Get your paper, man. Hit that like and subscribe with a thumbs up if you like this. If not, thumbs down. Hey, he's going to be the head that wears God's crown. I'm going to continue to struggle and strive for what I honestly, truly believe in, and that's the equality of all people. Not clowning a person just because he's a different ethnicity. Stop it. Braids from your head. Don't even know what you are. You know what I mean? Never be ashamed of what you are. Proud to be brown, stand tall and hard. Even though some people give you no respect, be intelligent when you put them in check. Because when you're ignorant, you get treated that way. I might do me some, oh hell no, but then crime don't pay. You already know what it is, man. Come mess with your boy, the gun one time for his mentality. And we're going to keep it kosher like that. What did I say? Kosher. Everyone gets their due. Bang, bang.